Hello, everybody. I want to share with you what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks in Istanbul. I've enrolled in 3 different art courses, and each one so amazing and so special, and each one in such a beautiful place. I can't believe that it's just been magical, and there's so much cool stuff. So I decided to make this video and share and show you like what I'm working on and all the stuff, the new stuff. So let's start with this. So on Mondays, I take the ferry to a place called Bostanji. It's an hour ride on a ferry, and I meet with my teacher, Nazan Berbercioglu, who I've been studying with for 3 years at the Classic Sanat Art Academy on Zoom. But now I get to study with her in person since I'm back in Istanbul, and she's helping me with these, just to finalize these. I'll just show you a little closer. None of these are finished, but this is what she's been working on with me. You see, I'm gonna add that calligraphy, Malak Dolat. This is my portrait of Kulthum with her, you see the notes, dun, da, 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 dun. You know, that's her famous song. It's a self-portrait of me in this summer in the Berkshires. This is gonna be the story of Eve eating the apple, and look at the serpent. And this is Yusuf, my favorite story, and his coat, the well, the chalice, the 11 sheaths of wheat, bowing to a sheath of wheat in the middle, 11 stars, sun and the moon. It's all the symbolism from the Yusuf story. This is my favorite thing, getting a foot massage in Istanbul. So those, she's helping me with those. Now on Wednesdays, I go to my favorite place. It's called Jafra Medrese. It's the medrese that's right next to the Hagia Sophia. And it's a school for Islamic art, and they still do it. You can study their calligraphy, you can study Ebru, the marbling, and they have even religious music lessons like Nai, and amazing place built by Memar Sinan, and I just love that place. And I'm taking an illumination. It's actually, even though I've been studying, it's a beginner course, but I love just solidifying the basics. So here's, we'll put some, where she had us first like tracing leaves. This was like the first week. All kinds of different leaves. And then, yeah, and you do it with these nuance. She calls it nuance, that like it's darker at the tips. You know, it takes some technique to do that. Different kind of leaves. And then I actually was doing a little more complicated stuff. I actually traced these, but that's what you do. You learn by tracing. So, and then my assignment for this week is I'm gonna make something like this. And my teacher drew this, and these shapes are called rumis. And they're kind of like substitute for animals in Islamic art. So I can design these rumis, and she just placed them for me. So this is my assignment. And here she was explaining all these the different kind of rumis. There's all these different Each kind of roomie has a name. So cool. And like you can just see the middle one there, you just put the roomies along a spiral according to the golden ratio, you know, it's like, yeah, so that, yeah, this is gonna be really exciting. And at that, this just blows my mind. At the school, they sold this book, which is like the most, let me just flip through. Look, it has all, and each one of these is like from some, like from the Hagia Sophia or from some mosque, you know, they're taking these designs from places like this one, you know, it says, it's in Uchiplik. Yeah, so this is, yeah, see, it's from a mosque. But look, there's just so many. I'm just like, whoa, this book. Yeah, so that's so much fun. Okay, let's go over here. So on Thursdays, I take the ferry over to Balat, which is an amazing, beautiful, like the old Jewish quarter, and it's just so quaint, and it's such a fun to get there. And there's a miniature artist in Istanbul who is like the greatest. His name is Taner Alakush, and I'm such a fan of him. And then I realize he has like a little school. It's like where he works on the top floor, and then he has a beautiful little school with a classroom and a garden. And he's not teaching, but I'm taking from one of his disciples. So and she's so great. She's adorable. She has blue hair and she's so cool. Anyway, so now this is the most humbling of all because, you know, I came the first day and she's like, oh, are you just starting out? And I said, well, actually I've been doing miniature, and, you know, I showed her, you know, some of this stuff, and she looked at it very carefully. And then she's like, okay, let's, first we're gonna do lines. So there's a line, like lines, like you start thin and then go thick, and then thick and thin, and from thin to thick, from thin to thick to thin. And so the classes are 3 hours long, and the first class, I just drew lines and lines and lines, and she kept on telling me I'm going too fast, so I had to like excruciatingly slow draw lines. And that was my homework. There was 3 kinds of lines: from thin to thick, from thick to thin, and then an arc, like thin, thick, thin. So this was my, this is just, I was doing it, yeah. Yeah, so, and, you know, she really examines all of them, and she's like, okay, this one's good, you know. And then, but then it was so great because she asked me, she's like, look at them, tell me which one is good. And then I was like, oh yeah, I see which one is good, you know. And then she's such a great teacher. Oh my God. So this is so cool. So yeah, this is, okay, so then my second class, I was only drawing lines. And then right at the end of the second class, she came over and she's like, okay, you can draw this thing. It's like a arc, but you know, you have to go thin, thick, thin, and then a line. She said, draw those. So I did, and same thing, you know, she comes over, looks at each one really carefully, and, you know, very strict. It's exactly what I wanted. You know, I just want to, I love that. I love that discipline. And then she said at the end of the class, I could also make a 6 and a 2. A 6 and a 2. So, okay, so my assignment for this week is I have to make 6 full pages. 1 page of a line thin to thick. 1 page of a line thick to thin. 1 page of an arc. 1 page of these things. 1 page, it almost looks like the edge of a skirt or something. I don't know what it's going to be. 1 page of 6s and 1 page of 2s. So I have a, okay, so basically she looked at my stuff, and I have this beautiful color set from Japan and stuff, but she looked at my stuff, and I have all these brushes, you know, and she looked at everything, and she's like, okay, you need stuff, you need good stuff. So she's like, I'll call this guy and order it, and he'll come. And so sure enough, in the middle of the class, this guy comes like Santa Claus with treasures. I mean, just like so basically I got a bunch of stuff. She got me all these good brushes and all this stuff, and a beautiful porcelain palette. But the biggest amazing thing that she had me get was, she says, this is the best watercolor set in the world. It's from Russia, and I think the brand is St. Petersburg, maybe? I don't know, but it's called White Nights, and apparently this is like the most high quality professional watercolor set, and it was such a treasure. And I opened it, and each one of these was in a little package, you know, and it was just like to get a look at that. And it's all in Russian, like all this stuff is in Russian because it's a Russian watercolor set. But like, you look at those, and so these were loose, so I had to take a double-sided tape and put it on, unwrap each one, take the double-sided tape, put each one in, and then I made examples up here and wrote the colors down. So now the colors can't move, they're all stuck down, and I could just refer to this and see the colors. So yeah. Let's see. Well, that's it. I don't see how to turn the thing back, but welcome to Istanbul. This is Vicky the cat, and well, wish me luck. Wish me luck on all my homework.